Well, hi there, it's Leigh Farnell here, and I want to talk about white-collar selling. Oh, gee, don't even talk about what. Is that an oxymoron straight away? White-collar selling? Or can we talk? Can we be frank here, to quote Joan Rivers? I want to talk about white-collared people, people in professional services, engineers, doctors, lawyers, accountants, financial planners, people who wear suits and ties or other trappings of authority or expertise, generating business. Oh, dare I say it, it can be so rude. Who the hell is talking about this? Well, this here is Leigh Farnell. Now, dare I say it, I'm in the business of helping people create sales revolutions. I'm in the business of helping people generate more revenue. I mean, often the accountants just say, increase revenue. But how? How do you go about it as a professional? Well, just by way of background, I do have a master's degree. I did spend 8 years at university, of which not 1 minute was spent talking about how you actually convert your knowledge into how you convert your expertise into revenue. And so I often work with teams of people, particularly white-collar professionals, doctors, not necessarily doctors so much, but certainly lawyers, engineers, accountants over the years, people with expertise who want to actually generate and sell without sounding like complete, I won't even swear right now, but who want to generate more business. Now, what I know and what I've seen over the years is that too often in all sorts of businesses, white collar and other kinds of businesses, we send people into battle without the weaponry to actually get the job done. We expect the engineer, the lawyer, the accountant, the other white-collar professionals, chiropractors, physiotherapists, these are all people I've done work with, recruiting people, to go out and actually generate business, but we haven't given them the weapons to actually do it. We just say, go out and talk, and just talk, and hopefully, you do the right thing and you'll get the work. Well, it doesn't work that way. You need to give people the tools, then you need to give them the training so that they can use those tools in a way that's professional, in a way that maintains their integrity, in a way that's ethical, in a way that is done particularly an Australian way where you don't big note yourself in such a way people say, what a W Kerr. We don't talk about that. I'm in the business of helping people generate business in a very smart way, specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, with real time frames that really do make a difference. These are just some of the companies I've worked with over the last 25 years. I've run my own professional services business for 30 years now, since 1985. So I've come across and worked with people from accountants, media advertising, telecommunications, all sorts of different people, banking, finance, to help them in a very systematic, scientific way generate more business. We've even won national awards, sales impact awards, for the effectiveness of the training we do, let alone in many, many testimonials that you can check out on other parts of the website of the real bottom line business benefits that we actually make to professionals. So why do professionals have continuing professional development, be they doctors, accountants, physiotherapists, engineers, anyone else selling expertise and knowledge, usually who are highly trained, highly qualified? Why do they continue to learn and develop? Well, answer, the marketplace continues to change. The technology continues to change and evolve. And as one of the great football coaches of the AFL said once, if the rest of the competition is improving by 10%, we have to improve by at least 15%, otherwise we're only keeping up. And if we aren't even improving by 10%, then we're going to be heading behind the rest of the competition. So everybody involved in all sorts of services need to make sure they continue to develop their brains, develop their knowledge. As Benjamin Franklin said, an investment in knowledge pays the very best of interest. And often in professional services, where you are selling services or developing business for the tune of 10, 20, 30, 100,000, $1 million, one idea can actually help you generate tens, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars. So it really does pay the best interest. If whether you're interested in getting more leads, better conversion from those leads in your pipeline, making sure you sell value, not just on price. That's a really critical one with professional services. How to articulate the value, how to manage yourself better, how to manage other people in your teams better. Whether you're looking for new ideas, whether you're looking for better planning or better team performance or better systems for both generating business and then converting that business, whether the bottom line is you want more revenue in a very ethical, moral way to sell the value and your knowledge. Don't just sell on price and stand out from the crowd. Well, that's the business I'm in. So what are we talking about? Well, we're not talking about selling golf clubs when we talk about white collar sales. We're not talking about selling shoes. We're not even talking about selling cars, even though often a car salesperson will have a white collar and a tie on. What we are looking at doing is selling expertise. We're selling knowledge. We're selling solutions. We are helping solve problems, but so is the person selling shoes, so is the person selling cars. Yes, but we're actually working with people often over a much longer period of time when we're selling services. We're actually looking in a very moral, ethical way. Often we're bound by a code of practice, be it engineers or lawyers or doctors or chiropractors, in the way we go about generating the business. So often it is about establishing our authority, establishing our expertise in a very convincing, compelling, confident way, so that we are generating business and also standing out from the crowd. So what's the problem? What is the problem with professionals with white collar selling? Well, often the engineer doesn't want to sell. The accountant doesn't want to sell. The lawyer doesn't want to sell. They say, look, I didn't train for this. I didn't train for this. I didn't spend 4 years, 8 years at university to have to sell. Someone else should do it. Get a BD person or some other salesperson, some other slicko person to do it. I just want to practice my profession. Just let me do what I've been trained to do. Who can relate to what I'm saying there? Other problems that we have is where people might say, I don't want to be a car salesman, mate. Car salesmen sell. I'm an engineer. I'm an accountant. I'm a professional. I don't sell. Only sleazy people sell. And by the way, I don't really want to talk to strangers. I want to talk to people with problems who've come to me, who know I'm the expert and who want me to solve their problems for them and are happy to pay my fee. In other words, pee off and just let me do my job. Who can relate to what I'm talking about there? So why else is it different? Well, it's not about, you're not selling a pair of shoes, you're not selling a table, you're not selling a cup, you're actually selling a promise. You're selling the invisible, you're selling services. It's not a car. Often you can't touch it, you can't feel it, you can't wear it. It's an idea. You're selling a concept, you're selling a promise, you're selling expertise. And in a way, you're actually selling without selling. I mean, who would want to go to a lawyer that actually all of a sudden the guy's got your arm up your back convincing you that you need to do business with them and not someone down the street? That is not seen to be professional. You want to help them solve problems, not actually sell something, even though, of course, at some point there is a value exchange, there is a transfer of money. And often it's not a one-off sale, it's a long-term relationship you are looking to build. But again, often even with selling shoes or a car, you want to develop a long-term relationship. But certainly in selling professional services, often the long-term relationship means that there's a lot of potential ongoing revenue if you get it right. Therefore, the numbers are bigger. The service might be $10,000, $50,000, $100,000, $1 million. You're not talking about $50 or $5 or $10. It's a lot of money often. It's not $100, it's $100,000 or more. Often you're also selling the technical, you're selling the logical, you're selling the conceptual, you're selling the economic, you're selling all these processes are actually working at once. And sometimes, particularly when you're selling to organizations, you're actually selling to a number of different people within the organization, which means therefore you're actually building relationships, you're establishing authority and credibility. It's a much more complicated process than just selling one-to-one, selling a pair of shoes. And so we say often it's selling business to business, not business to consumer. Often it's selling to many, or two or three or four, or a committee or a project team, not just one person. And therefore there are multiple decision makers, and therefore there's a skill we call strategic selling. There's an ongoing process to work with all those decision makers in the organisation, and you need to be trained and understand the science and the methodology of doing that. And often also there's a longer gestation period. That is, it might take 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, 1 year, 2 years to actually get the business or to get the size contract that actually makes it worthwhile to continue. So again, it's not a one-off sale. It is different than retail sales, and it's often a much softer sell. It is an authority sell, it's a relationship sell, and again, even as a professional, people, I don't sell, mate, I don't sell, I just solve problems. So there is a difference between retail selling and the selling we call white collar sales. So what's it got to do with you? Well, how is your mindset in terms of white collar sales mindset? How's your white collar sales systems? Do you have those systems? Are they as good as they should be? What are you doing in terms of white collar sales positioning? How you're positioning yourself, how you're positioning the organization, how you do it in such a way that it's not offensive and it isn't in your face selling. White collar sales value transfer articulation. How do you articulate the value that your engineering firm or your legal practice or your chiropractic practice or your accountancy practice or your business strategy practice, how do you articulate that value? There is a science to it, and you can easily shoot yourself in the foot, or in most cases we find people do it quite terribly. The vast majority are not very good at it at all, but of course the high revenue generators are very good at it. But they are using a science, and we can model that best practice, and we can introduce that into your white collar organisation. And of course then there is white collar lead conversion, how we go about taking an interested party or an inquiry and nurture that through to the point where it is converted into a high value piece of business for your organisation, and as a result revenue continues to go in the right direction. Then there's the issue here of, we say, the relationship between business development, personal development and organisational development. It's a three-way interchange within your firm where you have the business development skills and systems, you've developed the people and their personal skills, their people skills, and at the same time you've got the organisational development systems in terms of business planning, revenue planning, sales planning, unit planning. Now, how do you do all that? Well, we mapped all that out in the program we have called the Super Secrets of Selling Professional Services. Master the inside secrets of top money makers in professional services. These CDs is a 6 CD program, including a whole resource program with videos, with templates that really are fantastic. CD1 talks about the mindset, the professional services selling mindset, the how to develop rapport and read different personalities. We talk also in there about proposals, needs discovery, the right questions to ask that are non-offensive, getting permission to ask questions, how you ask questions, the order in which you ask those questions, the system that takes you step by step through, we call POMVIC, in terms of the process you take people through in a very professional, ethical, moral way to get to the point where you actually have a commitment to an ongoing program. We talk about how you package up your services. We talk about how you articulate the value of those services. We talk about time management. We talk about managing yourself. We talk about proposals and how you actually sell offer proposals. My goodness, sometimes. In fact, we literally got a multi-million-dollar deal for a major accounting firm in Perth recently by rearranging not only how they structured their proposal, but then how they did the pitch, because there were a number of other firms competing for that same piece of business, and it was a success, a fantastic success. It was a multi-million-dollar piece of business because, one, how they structured the proposal based on what we talk about in these CDs, and two, then how they presented it. Really powerful, proven case study there for a large accountancy firm here in West Australia. In fact, they're an international firm. But beyond that, there's the templates that go with it. Really get yourself this information. I guarantee you'll make thousands and thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars more as a result of what we talk about and how it's mapped out and use of the templates in that program. But if you are a team leader, if you are responsible for managing a team of business developers, you'll want to get your hands on this Inside Secrets of Successful Sales Management, how to manage a team who are responsible for business development, 37 devastatingly effective tools. They really should come with a license. And there's 4 fantastic CDs in there. One, talking about the big mistakes that are made, the big problems that block and impede managing teams that need to develop business. Then we move into the specifics of what a business development manager or manager of people should be doing, the one-page job description, the psychology and the mathematics of it, low-cost lead generation strategies to help break records, incredible secrets to managing salespeople or business developers, and strategies to get your team performing even better. CD3 focuses very specifically on performance management and an incredibly powerful tool that we've used with a whole range of professional services and business-to-business teams to really turn the sales team into a sales machine. And CD4 talks about recruiting business developers, what to look for, questions to ask, and again, as part of the resource kit, you can see there almost $2,000 worth of templates that we share with you as a result of this. You can follow the questions. You even use ads that we recommend in the paper, the words you should be using in an ad to actually attract the right kind of personality and what to be looking for, the questions to ask, how to ask those questions. Really, people have loved this program and got incredible value and literally made, hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars as a result of getting the management of business developers correct. Now, what is the point? The point is this: you sell more personally, your team sells more. It's a win-win situation. And not only that, what we find when you follow these processes, your clients, your prospects thank you for it because you ask better questions than the alternative or the competition down the road. It is an ethical, professional consultancy approach to the business development process. So what's the action here? Well, one, if you want the CDs, we can ship them to you by express post, and that's not a problem. Alternatively, you want to save a bit of money, time, you want to be more portable, you can get all of it on USB, which includes all the templates and all the tools. Or if you want, you can instantly download. We can send you all the links and you can download and use them within your business. So there's a number of different ways that you can access, get the CDs express post, get the USB, so it's all in the one place, or instantly download via the internet. Either way, that's your choice, whichever you find easiest, and whatever your budget applies, it's a choice of your yeses to decide which one you want. Either way, if you're serious about business development in professional services, if you're serious about taking your white collar sales as an individual or a team to the next level, take action today. Do something about it, because I guarantee, and we do give you a money back guarantee anyway, there is absolutely no risk involved. There is only upside, and we give you a 100% money back guarantee of satisfaction anyway. Why? Because that's what we recommend. If you're confident about your service, you'll back it. And we're backing that you take action using these tools, you will make money. Just one idea will help you make tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars. Check the testimonials on the website. I'm not talking out of my hat. There's plenty of proof and social proof out there to say that this best business strategy, the science of getting revenue up, the science of white collar sales, the white collar business development is possible, and you as an organization, as a firm, can take revenue to the next level. Revenue up. See you soon. Leigh Farnell.